I am oppressed by email.
Sage Lewis, the web marketing video guy at webmarketingwatch.com. Sage Lewis at webmarketingwatch.com.
So, how do you feel about email? I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, it drives me insane, batty, loopy. I can't take it. There's so much email. Look at this account. Look at this account over here. 2,176 messages in my inbox. This is an account I don't really even check anymore. I've had it for years. And you know, this is just one. I've got another account over here. This is my main account that I use and that sort of thing. But I have committed to figuring this out and solving this problem, and I wanted to kind of share with you how I have been working on organizing my emails. And this has to do with Gmail. If you're a Gmail user, this might help you. If you're not, maybe you have something similar, I don't know. But one of the things that I am working on right now is filters on Gmail. And if you go to settings over here, you will see, you'll find here you have filters in the settings section. And if you've never checked these out, you can create a new filter, and you can give it, you know, you can say any message from, you know, Greg@sagerock.com. It goes here, you know, and then you can do the next step. You can do whatever from to, or it has certain words, and then you can say, then it'll go to the next step, and you can say skip the inbox, apply a label to it. You know, you can do, so I could do a label here, and I could say, you know, I could make a label of Greg. So what I'm doing, if I was going to do that, for example, if I was going to just, in this case, what I could do is I could say, all right, look, I want every email that came from Greg@sagerock.com to go, just to skip my inbox and go right to a label called Greg. And so I can do that. And so you can see here, then you can say, well, if you want to do that, you can apply it to 600 conversations below. And so these are all of them here, and you can see there's some from him right here. And I can do that, and I can click Create Filter, and then it instantly, because I've said also apply a filter to 600 conversations below, it goes through now and takes all of those messages and adds them to this label called Greg, and any Greg messages that I had currently in the inbox are removed. And you can see over here, if I click on the Greg label now, here they are. Every single message from Greg is now in this filter, and if he had ever had any in my inbox, I've instantly filtered those out. And so that is interesting to do. But you can also do it by groupings. So now what you could do is you could go in and you could say, all right, I want to take Google Alerts, I want to take my YouTube emails, I want to take maybe, let's see, maybe some other social media thing, maybe Google Checkout, you know, maybe I could just do Google stuff, you know, and I could say, all right, and YouTube services, if I can just check these, and then I can go up here to more actions, and I can say filter messages like these. And what it does is it goes through and it actually takes those from email addresses and puts them up here in this file, or this field right here. And you can do, it's not unlimited how many you can add to this, but it's a lot. So you could do a lot. You know, you can add a lot of addresses. The delimiter that you want is OR. It's, you know, space with a capital OR and another space. And so you could add messages, or, you know, add from addresses there. And then you can go to the next step, and I could again say skip the inbox, and I could choose a label and make a new label, maybe just call it Google. And I can do that. And it'll say here, you know, do you want to apply it to these 3,000 messages? And why not? Whatever, you know? Why not do that? And so something I have done is because I get so many emails, I have added a filter that encompasses all of my clients, their main email addresses. And whenever something comes in for them, I instantly remove them from my inbox and put them in a client folder. And so then I can see instantly that I'm getting a message from a client. And so now here we can go back. It's kind of like a cooking show, and you can go back and you can see my new Google label here, and here they all are. These are all those, the YouTube services, Google Alerts, and Google Checkout. If any email came from any of those, they are now labeled Google. And so that is pretty handy. Now, the next thing I think I'm going to do actually might be for me to, so you can see here, this is my client folder over here, and I've actually changed the color of their label to red. Yeah, you can do that on this right here. So it really jumps out at me. And one thing I might consider doing next is, because this email account that I've had for so long has, it's just it gets so much spam that now what I'm thinking about doing is taking that filter, and let me see if I can find it here for you. So I can take my client filter here and go to the next step, and what I might do next is have it automatically transferred to another email. So I can say here, forward it to, I can click this. I don't have any forwarded, verified forwarded email addresses, but I might do that. And so now those email addresses very well might, I might just put them in a separate email that nobody knows about, and so I can just check that. And so when I get a client message, that's all I'm going to get in that email address. And so that was one of the frustrations of my emails. I'm just getting all this spam, and it's mixed in with important emails, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss one, and on, and all of this stuff. And so I'm trying to use these filters and perhaps applying it to private email addresses that nobody would have, so that I'm only getting the most important emails. So those are the ideas that I've been thinking about as far as email is concerned. I'd love to know what you're doing with email. Maybe you have a better idea. Please let me know. All right, everybody, I'm Sage Lewis, the Web Marketing Video Guy, and happy marketing.
Sage Lewis, the Web Marketing Video Guy at webmarketingwatch.com. Sage Lewis at webmarketingwatch.com.